Something a little different on this week's Battle of the Ports, as we take a look at a game that originated on the Commodore 64 and ended up on the Mega Drive, and it's crap on everything. This is Mondo's Fight Palace, otherwise known as Tongue of the Fatman, Slaughter Sport, or just plain old Fatman. The game is a one-on-one fighter that also adds a twist of betting and biome weapons. There is a choice of 10 races to choose from, each race having its own special moves. The original version of the game starts with the player having 3 species to choose from, with additional races being unlocked by defeating them in battle. The game consists of 10 matches facing off with each race. Mondo the Fat is the champion of the Fight Palace and is the last obstacle of the game. The Fatman's special ability is the Tongue Lash, where his belly opens and sprawls out a tongue tweak that jabs the enemy. As you may have noticed, the game isn't very good to play. All the moves are awkward as hell to pull off, plus they are extremely laggy even for the day. Mondo's Fight Palace is an interesting concept that sadly falls flat on its arse.
Mondo welcomes you to the Fight Palace.
The next system to get a version was the PC under DOS. This version of the game is known as Tongue of the Fatman. The game was originally sold on 5¼ floppy inch discs and featured sampled voice clips. The later releases came on 3.5 inch floppies, which resulted in all the sample sounds being dropped, some of the still images and a lot of the stage detail. I'm showing samples of both versions here. The game is just the same as a Commodore 64 release. In other words, bloody awful. And for some reason, the developers thought it would be good to add people's heads popping up during bouts. Why? I have no idea.
Welcome to the Fight Palace.
The last and thankfully final part of this game came to the Mega Drive. It was originally going to be called Mondo's Fight Palace, as this prototype version shows, but in the end the game came out in the US as Slaughter Sport and released by Razorsoft, while in Japan Sanritsu released it as Fatman. Now while the Mega Drive version is vastly superior to the DOS and C64 releases, it is still awful. Yes, the moves are easy to pull off, and yes, it does have nice parallax scrolling, and yes, for a computer game, this probably would have been classed as a great game, but on a console, this is right down there with the crap on the bottom of your shoe. Absolute terrible game that is a complete waste of resources. And let's take a look at all those versions of Mondo's Palace, Fatman, Tongue of the Fatman, whatever it's called. It's awful, but let's take a look at all the versions side by side.